Hey, everybody, God bless. Happy Saturday. Hope you're feeling the love. Dave Warden here. Just feeling groovy on Saturday. The God Report, I think we're on episode 5 at this point. Feeling it out, developing it, building it, manifesting, having a vision, putting it out there to the universe, letting the energy take care of us. I'm sitting here with my cat, Andre, having some coffee. We're about to go to some sort of thing. My honorary niece, the good baby Alice, cutest baby, happiest baby in the world, is having some sort of party today. I guess it's an Armenian tradition, or a tradition in some cultures, where they take the baby and they put him down amongst a bunch of objects, and whatever the baby crawls for is going to be their profession. So I'm envisioning this cute little baby surrounded by all these hardcore objects, like a gun, in case they want to join the family business, if you know what I'm saying, like a gun or a knife, some sort of space thing in case they want to be an astronaut, and then like a fire hose or something, in case they want to be like a fireman, and then maybe like a chainsaw in case they want to be a chainsaw artist or a lumberjack. And I think that really, those are the only careers that I can think of off the top of my head. That's all you can do. Those are your only choices in life. What is it? Chainsaw artist, lumberjack, astronaut, mafioso. You know what I mean? You only got 3 or 4 choices. I obviously chose lumberjack. You can tell by my strapping shoulders. Hey guys, we're just goofing around. Wanted to talk about a concept today that was introduced to me. I went to private school for a couple of years as a kid, like a Episcopalian private school, and I hated going to the little chapel thing. Some kids liked it because it got us out of class, but for me it was extremely tedious. It was a cool little building on this the campus of this rather dope private school in Alexandria, Virginia. But I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and we went, and the dude, I don't know what they call those, a priest or deacon or minister or whatever he was talking about this thing in the Bible or something where there was a well out in the desert where people would get water, and everyone would come and take and put a stone on it. And just one stone at a time, and it built the well. And one stone at a time, people came for hundreds of years, and eventually there were so many stones it built this giant, beautiful cathedral. And it's this concept of just baby steps and using time to build beautiful things, and using, taking baby steps and working towards that. And I thought that was a really, really interesting thing. I mean, that's how I did I landscaped the condo where Jenny Ann and I live during COVID, because I would be on conference calls slinging weed, but it had nothing to do with my hands. So I would be mulching or just taking little cuttings from around the neighborhood of other succulent plants and slowly populating them. So every day I'd put out 1 or 2 cuttings. And now pretty much the entire building is surrounded by lovely succulent plants. And it wasn't like this massive undertaking. It was just every day, 1 or 2 little things. And I thought that was a really interesting concept. We should, is this idea of, my buddy Reggie talks about Nipsey Hussle a lot, and this concept of the marathon, and that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Just keep going. You know what I mean? Little things. Not running super fast, doing it consistently, doing it normally, but making it easy. We can make life easy for ourselves if we look at it that way. I'm not trying to do 100 push-ups, I'm just trying to do 1 right now, and that 1 will lead to 10, and eventually that 10 will lead to 100, and eventually I'll be healthier. Eventually the building will look better. Eventually we'll get these things done. But I wanted to show you guys something. So part of this journey, right, is we're trying to talk about the religious texts, the Bible in particular, as a guide to manifestation, right? And so we got this biblical story we're talking about how something beautiful was built slowly over time by every person just putting in their little stone, right? So I wanted to show you something that has manifested, and something that is real and tangible that we can look at. And I want to put it in your guys' brain pan and show you this journey's happening. This journey's happening every day in your life, in my life. This journey's happening with this church, the Church of Eternal Communion, brought to you by Holy Smoke Ministries. I meant to have a joint with me today. I'm sorry, but I got to get this sermon done, so we can go to the little baby party with the baby, see what kind of career she picks. But we'll jump into this. But let me get this and see if I'm really lagging on my skills here. But how do you turn this thing around? God, dude, it's like you get to be my age and suddenly you forget all this stuff you knew how to work. Oh, what do you guys think of my outfit today too? You know, feeling like would be like what a mega church preacher would wear around the house. You know, like a fine Southern gentleman on a Saturday. Maybe you'd have this buttoned, and maybe there'd be something a little more frilly. But you know, some pink with the cardigan, with the old man sweater, little bit of bling, the Christian Dior 1982 women's glasses. Hallelujah. And he said, "Let los lentes be fashionable." Hallelujah. Okay, fuck. I am. This is really embarrassing, you guys. I don't know what to do, how to turn this thing around. But so I'll show you anyways. Okay, so we got this thing. Can you guys see that building? So I bought this building in Watkins Glen, New York. Okay, so like here, there's a triplex up here where people live. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, if I'm just going to have people live there or make it like lodgings for the pilgrims that come. And then down in the basement is where the church is going to go. And it's small down there and it needs to be finished. Like those windows lead in and it's like, there was at one point like a fireplace and a floor down there and all that stuff got busted up for some reason. Also, there's a weird structure in there, like a weird brick structure built within inside of it. And no one knows, it's sealed off and no one knows what's in there. So that's kind of a mystery. So I'm wondering if we get in there and cut it open. I'm hoping for Al Capone's vault to be in there, you know, or some sort of New York mafia treasure. But probably it's, you know, some sacred scrolls, you know what I mean? Or some sort of religious artifact. I don't know, as long as it's worth a lot of money, because we're going to need some cheese to rehab the church. So this is the building. So guys, this is tangible. This is happening. So like, what I'm asking for today is donations, not of money. We're not asking for money. We're not asking for money. Money is that's not the power we're seeking here. What we're seeking here is this concept of manifestation. And as your friend, as the pastor of this church, trying to build a flock and congregation, and you guys are on this journey with me. We're doing this together. I mean, you guys are helping me build this mega church. It's going to be fucking hilarious when we get it done. But look, there's a building. I just want you guys to think, when you have a second today, about this building and be like, damn it, Dave has a church. He's gonna put a church in there. I'm gonna go visit it someday. It's gonna be hilarious. We're gonna go on the wine trail and drink wine and eat charcuterie and smoke a whole bunch of that upstate New York weed and just get down and just have fun and just bask in the spirit of abundance and the light of universal intelligence in this thing we call God. So just think about that. So we could just take a moment and just think about that. I'm just thinking about right now how it's gonna look down in that basement area finished. You walk down sort of this alcove thing, these stairs into this basement, and it's gonna be bright and clean, and there's gonna be some cool artwork. You know what I mean? Probably like Moses, like with a machine gun riding a grizzly bear, something like that, or you know, something like you know Jesus like hustling a craps game or something like that. You know, some cool stuff like that, some shiny stuff, hopefully a lot of gold stuff. You know, cool artifactory. But just imagine that, like just imagine yourself coming to Watkins Glen, going to visit the church. It's a pilgrimage. You're on this pilgrimage. And you're going to have so much fun. You're on vacation. You're having so much fun, and you're coming to church, and we're down there drinking champagne, having communion, having the charcuterie, the body, having the blood and the body, and creating the body out in the universe, and just having good vibes. Just if you could donate that vision to me today, that vision to our church, that would be fucking amazing. That's the donation. That's the currency we're working with here. You know, at some point, we probably will have a nonprofit corporation that could take cash donations. Hey, maybe that's a thing. That's not really what this is. You know what I mean? That's not what this is. This is really about us manifesting something. It's a proof of concept. It's a proof of concept for everybody. for everyone who's listening, proof of concept for myself, that we can control the way the universe works, that we can control these outcomes, that if we project in a certain way, if we vibrate to a certain harmonic frequency that Nikola Tesla probably identified at some point, we can manifest these outcomes for ourselves. We can have better health. We can have more happiness. We can have a safety for our family and ourselves. We can have just great abundance in every way and just be in a flow state where we're just like fucking Michael Jordan dropping Trey dogs. Okay, so that's what this is. So just think today, and that's free. You can do that for free. Just envision us partying in the basement of this historic building in Watkins Glen, New York. This building was the original home of Dr. Samuel Watkins, who was the founder, who is credited with founding the town, right? The dude came in the early 1800s and basically put in a whole bunch of industry there. Him and a homie bought a whole bunch of land out there. I think they were doing lumber. They were doing, sawmills and stuff. I think they were doing production of various goods, and when you come to Watkins Glen, it's great because not only this building sits right where this building sits, there's sign going each way saying wine trail this way, wine trail this way. I'm so happy. I fucking love wine. It's the blood of Christ, right? I'm a minister. I'm in that. It's a Church of Eternal Communion. So when you come there, not only can you do wine tasting, distilleries, breweries, there's also a NASCAR track there, Watkins Glen International Raceway, a very famous NASCAR track. Additionally, one of the world's largest salt mines. And I know that you just spend most of your days thinking about how dope salt mines are. But there's a salt mine. You can go on the boats. The lake is freaking gorgeous. There's Watkins Glen State Park, which is this amazing waterfall situation right in town. And just general abundance. There's Amish people cruising around, Mennonites, and there's horses and buggies, and people with beards doing dope shit, and there's fucking expensive furniture. I thought that shit would be cheap. That Amish furniture is expensive as fuck. It's a hustle. I think you gotta know someone. I think it's like getting good drugs. You gotta know someone on the inside if you want that cheap Amish furniture hookup, but quality made stuff that will last for generations. So there's all this cool stuff to do there, and all this fun stuff to do. So it's like, I just want you to envision this cool place you're coming to see, and you're going to essentially what is a Garden of Eden, a place where there is abundance, there is fun, you are fulfilled. I want you to envision us going down the street to Nichols Pit Barbecue and having some of their amazing margaritas and eating some of their amazing barbecue, like their brisket. They've got like 4 kinds of brisket, and they're all great. Fucking A. That's abundance. Vacation, brisket, wine, fucking organically grown weed by someone's mom in their side yard. We went out there, everyone's mom is growing weed in the side yard, by the way, bomb weed. And they've got killer strains too. They're not just growing some boof. They've got like the hottest shit from Cali out there. Like my buddy's mom is taking me around like, oh, here's the RS11 and here's the ice cream cake and and I'm like, damn it. You got the fire straight colas too, growing massive colas, in the Garden of Eden, in this abundant existence we have been given, and we need to get into that brain space of abundance, and we need to get into that brain space. But if you could make that donation to us today, the donation of visualization of a completed church, a humble yet elegant abode for discussions of topics where we can broadcast from, where we could do things, where we can have meetings, where we can hang out, where we can drink communal champagne, communal champagne, and just get down with that abundance. So that's today. We're asking for donations. We need your help to build the church, to save the people, and make the world a better place. So, I got to practice my Southern thing because I feel like that is more holy, like for sure. But so that was the stone that we're placing today by the well to build the cathedral. We're taking steps. There's a building. It's one step. That's one stone in the building of our mega church. There's a place. There's something tangible we can touch. I'm going to go there and I'm going to try and fix some shit. I'm not super handy, but I can carry a brick or two. I can help out. And we're going to clean it up and we're going to build it out slowly. And I'm going to show you that process because we're stones around the well. And the wellspring in this case is this sense of universal abundance. We're trying to get you in touch with God. We're trying to show you that you are God. and God is you, and there is no separation. And that maybe if we all project together, maybe we can really create something in what we call the tangible universe in this moment right now, the only moment that there is. So if we take stones, if we use this moment right now, just take a stone every day, place a stone, place a cutting in your garden, place something, do a push-up, do something that makes you happy every day, one piece, one piece, one piece. Eventually all these pieces stack up to build this beautiful experience. And whatever it is you want in your life, just do one piece. You don't have to attack it all at once. You don't have to achieve it. Just one piece. Let's put a stone by the well. Let's make a cathedral. So right on, you guys. Thank you so much. Trying to keep these sermons shorter because the last one was just insane. It was like a 40-minute talk about wine, which is glorious. I mean, I guess that's what Bible classes are supposed to be because it was technically a Bible study one. And I caught a nice fat buzz doing it. So that was lovely. But really just, you guys, if you could just take some time to think today about the Church of Eternal Communion, brought to you by Holy Smoke Ministries, and how we're building this church. And we're going to make this building better, and we're going to make ourselves better, one stone at a time. I mean, if getting stoned makes you better, I must be my very best self, because Lord knows I've been stoning, putting stones on for quite a while. Well, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I want you to have the most amazing day. I want you to be abundant in every way. Good things are happening for you now. They're happening now. I want you to imagine yourself in that badass car that you have. I want to imagine yourself at just the peak of health and sexitude and just enjoying how excellent it is that you're so amazing. And just take that feeling in, that you are perfect in every way, and that God loves you, and that you are God, and that Dave Warden loves you, and that people love you, and people want you to succeed, and people want you to be glorious, because you fucking are. I fucking love you. Well, for the God Report, I think we're on episode 5, our first donation episode, so donate some energy to the cause of the mega church if you get a chance. If not, just take some time, donate to yourself. Vision yourself being perfect in every way, because you are fucking perfect, and I do fucking love you. Peace and pot, y'all. Peace and pot.